welcome back to Crafters TV. It is Sunday. I hope you're having a super Sunday. And this is, well, going to be a craft class for the next 2 hours. Craft class is kind of like, it's a bit like masterclass, but maybe more focused on beginner crafters. That doesn't mean to say that experienced crafters aren't going to learn absolutely loads in this show. We're just going to take things back to basics a little more and demystify either products or a specific technique. This week it's all about the double-sided dies. So if you've thought about them before, you've seen them, this is definitely the show for you. If you already own them, then you're going to get loads more inspiration. And the reason you're going to get inspiration is because serving inspiration by the bucket load today is the lovely Debbie Robinson. How are you, Debbie?
Oh, bless you. What a lovely introduction that was, Joe. I'm absolutely fine. And let me show you, we've got a belter of a show. If you have ever been one of those that sat on the fence about the double-sided dies, or you just want to ask a few questions on how they work, the combinations that need to use to make it more simple for you to understand this concept, because once you get the concept, honestly, it blows your mind. I love our double-sided technology. I'm going to show you some of the things that we're going to be doing in this class today. So again, just showing you how quick and easy you can make your boxes. And when I say make your boxes, Joe, no scoreboards, no measuring, no nothing other than one die to be able to create that beautiful box. And
how
again,
gorgeous.
We've got beautiful double-sided edgeables on the show. We've got beautiful double-sided window dies on the show, so you can create these gorgeous window effects or simply use them as border panels, whether you want to use it as a decoration border panel onto your card, or what about using them to make them something this little bit different? And I'm going to show you how we are going to make this one as well, using the double-sided box with the hexagon. So if you've ever been, one of those that, how do they work? What combination? How do I use them in the machine? Then just literally send your questions in. Joe will have them all fired up ready. I'll do my very best to answer absolutely anything you want, and we're going to get started. I'm just going to need a couple of minutes, get myself all set up, and we'll get cracking on this masterclass today.
Well, it's going to be loads of fun. If you do want to get in touch with me, you can do it in all the usual ways. Crafters TV across on Facebook, or of course Crafters Companion across on YouTube. Just to warn you, we're all in a bit of a giddy mood as well, so who knows what will happen over the next couple of hours. Of course, if you are using our double-sided dies, you're going to need the double-sided die plates. Now, I've got a bundle available where you get both of them, so you get the larger Gemini size and the Gemini Junior, and you can get that today, £21 or $27. You'll need those if you're going for some of the individual items that are on the show, as in with regards to the dies. We do actually have a beginner's bundle for you as well. So a beginner's, just a great starter kit, really. We do also have the junior plates available on their own. So if you just wanted to get the juniors, these will go sideways through your larger Gemini as well. You can get those, 1039 or 1356. Or we can get the larger size there as well, the A4 platform size. They're available on their own too, $15.99 or $19.69. We have got though for you, which I think is an awesome deal, is the double-sided die beginners collection for you, because you actually save way more than you spend here as a platinum member. What you're going to get is you're going to get the fantastic box dies that we just spoke about there, that hexagon, which makes 2 different sizes of hexagon for you, which is excellent. So you're going to get that included. You're also going to get in here a double-sided edgeable as well, and edgeables are brilliant because all of those different edgeable techniques that you can do in here. You're going to get 20 sheets of cardstock as well. So you're going to get that gorgeous snow white in here with the hint of silver, and you're going to get that gorgeous purple or lilac in there too. As well as that, we're even going to throw in a tape pen for you and the double-sided plates in the junior size. So you've got really everything that you need in there to get yourself started. Pop yourself over to the website crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au, click the shop the show button, and you see all the other incredible deals, and there are some absolute corkers in this show. We'll go through them over the next couple of hours. Right then, Debbie, for anyone that's never tried a double-sided die before, for anyone maybe seeing these for the first time, is there anything what's the sort of best place to start with them? What's good practice? Is there any ground rules, let's say?
As in how to use them.
Yeah.
You'll need your double-sided cutting plates, which we've got you covered today. If you know, if this is the first time you've ever tried these, you need your double-sided cutting plates, and these are your 2 green plates that our lovely Joe just talked about for the time at the start of the show. So they're the plates that you actually need. But there's no rules, Joe. Honestly, use any cardstock, any papers that you want to use that takes construction weight. Because let's not forget these. This is a box I'm going to start with, and I'll show you just how easy they are to use. I want to dispel the myth of the double-sided die technology. And I tell you something, Joe, I mean, we've patented this technology. There is nowhere else in the world you're going to get it. But in this beautiful hexagon die, you have got yourself 2 different sizes of boxes. And I'll show you some samples afterwards and what else you can do with them. So you've got your 2 dies that are going to make your boxes, and they're going to do your box lid and your box base one pass of the machine, which is what I love about them. A couple of tags on there as well. I'm going to start with the largest of them. I'll just show you and talk you through how you would receive this and how you would know which is which. So the die itself, this one, the cutting outside line is right up to the very edge of that die. Metal. No. Joe, do you know when I said to you it's going to be one of them days? I just feel it in the bones.
I thought it was going to be one of those shows. I know it's going to happen.
But when you flip it over, you'll see now no longer is the smooth side on there. We've got a workable die that does the job in one pass. So it's that 2-cut technology in one die in one pass of your machine. But you can see the difference between the 2. This one is slightly in where the cutting line is. So this is actually the base, because as if you you know that your base has to fit, your lid has to fit over your base perfectly. Well, there's no measuring done because it's all done with this. And I've got myself some beautiful cardstock here. And again, it's just a case of sandwiching the 2 between each other. Now, we talk about sandwiches ever such a lot. So dinner time as well. Oh, mind you, actually, it's gone past dinner time, hasn't it?
It is.
It does. I suppose it depends where you are in the world,
well,
actually.
We're going to get the dinner, tea, lunch, dinner debate going now, aren't we?
Oh, yeah, let's not start that one.
Let's
not start that one. Now, you can do these, and these dies actually do fit onto your Gemini Junior, so you know that whether you've got the large Gemini or the smaller Gemini, that this is, absolutely fine to fit on either. Now, when you're doing this, Joe, all you're going to do is use one of your cutting plates, pop your cardstock down. The lid is going to fit over. Now, I've used 2. I've actually purposely done this on a purpose. I've used the same colour.
Okay.
But just depending on what colour you're using and which way round you want it is how you'll decide what's going to be a lid, what's going to be a base. So I'm going to actually hold it down with a little bit of tape just for my own peace of mind, with it being a live demo and live TV and all this. So I'm just going to hold it down into place just in that corner. I'm then going to pop on, now for my base, I'm going to pop on the other piece. And then I'm going to pop my other die cut in place over the top. I'm bringing in my 2 platforms now. So when you're using your Gemini machine, the only combinations you need are your 2 clear cutting plates and your 2 specially designed cutting plates for your double-sided dies.
Okay.
That's the only combination you'll need. So with that said, I'm going to just lift that off for a second, pop that underneath, make sure I haven't moved anything now, so I've lifted it off. Pop that down, sandwich that on top, and then sandwich with the other cutting plate on the very top, and then just run that through your machine. And it's as simple as that. Super, super simple, super easy. That one pass is going to cut me a lid and a base of a box, and not just any old box, an hexagon box. Can you imagine trying to work out the measurements for an hexagon, Joe? Could you imagine?
I'm not
Could you
even
imagine
sure.
I wouldn't even want to know where to start. I really wouldn't want to start anywhere trying to measure in hexagon boxes and lids, putting all the folds in, putting all the score lines in. Yeah, that's not for me. I want something quick and easy. And that's exactly what you're getting with these dies. So that's the die part done. That's the die cutting done. And it's there. You've got your lid, you've got your base, and you've got every single cut line and every single score line, because on these you'll see that you've got your score lines, you've even got your score lines on your tabs, and it's a simple case of just now, and we need to make sure that we're putting the burnish lines in. So get yourself your bone folder, and you're going to do that with each one of the tabs as well as those flaps too.
Brilliant.
And just pop that over.
Loads of people tuning in from all over saying hello today. Seal's in Pennsylvania. Hi, Seal. Hannah says, hope you're all well, trying to make a wedding card that someone's asked me to make. Well, if you get it finished in the show, Hannah, pop us a picture. We'd love to see it. Gianda's in from South Dakota as well. We have got Linda in Pennsylvania. Penguins, 88888. Do you think, I've just worked this out, do you think Penguin's name has got the 8s on, because that's the noise that penguins make? 8888888. Do you think that's what it is?
Do you know what, Joe? Do you know, as daft as that sounds, actually, I think you might be right.
I think penguins do make that noise. Let me know, penguins, if that's the case.
Now, for this one, on the lid, the difference here that you've got is you'll see 2 lines. One's your score line, one's just actually a pattern that's on top of your lid. So when you're doing that, just bear that in mind, that when you are burnishing, you are just burnishing that first fold line again. So again, all you're going to do for the lid, exactly, every single one's exactly the same. So you're just going to take that fold over, you're going to give it a burnish, and you're going to fold your little tab over. So again, burnish.
What sort of weight of cardstock would you say is the best one to go for with these kind of dies, Debbie? Is there a good range you can use?
Yes, there is, because I'm going to be using, with that, do you know that hexagon box I teased at the very beginning where it was extended? I'm going to use some of our paper, double-sided paper, anything from about 280, mind you actually saying that, no, about 250 upwards, and you'll get a really nice, construction feel.
Cool.
Now, that is all the burnishing, all the die cutting. Also going to do now is stick this together, and it couldn't be any easier than that. So your choice of your glue will be dependent on what you like to use. Red liner tape, super strong adhesive from our tape range again, and we're just going to pop, literally all I'm doing is popping glue onto each one of the tabs. So I'm going to go around with that all the way around each one of them. So that's all I'm going to do, Joe.
Excellent. Pam says, well, the butler is late with my coffee. I think she means her husband. I shall just sort out my stash and hopefully craft along a little during the show. Marie Romero says, I've just figured out how to save these videos. Whoop, whoop, emoji times 3. Excellent. Yes, you can save them wherever you're watching them, or you can watch them back at any time on our website as well, which is always nice. Jill's saying hi from North Yorkshire, just down the road. Fran's in Maryland. Karen Fisher, she's watching us in the car on the way to a car show. Where's your car show, Karen? I'd like to know. And maybe just confirm that you're not driving as well. That would be good. Anne says, good morning, afternoon or evening, whichever replies from sunny Connecticut. And Fabi's got a question for you. She wants to know where you got your pokey pen, Debbie.
Oh, my famous little pokey pen. I had it custom made by a very talented young man, I'll say. That's not really true, but it's youngish. He's youngish.
Old man?
No, he's youngish.
Oh.
He's youngish because
Man.
he's very youngish, very talented. A man. Let's just be clear, a man. But yeah, I had it custom made especially for me because I wanted something purple, and it's just my own personal one that I use. But yes, that's where I got mine from. Now, I'm going to pop this again. I'm going to show you exactly the same because that is my base that I've done, perfectly formed, perfectly scored, perfectly stuck together as well, Joe. So I'm just going to do exactly the same on each one of the flaps there. I'm just going to pop my glue onto, and then all we're going to do is, and I'll show you how you put that together as well, because sometimes that part, I know it sounds really daft, but some people struggle with that. So I'll just show you how you put that together as well. So each one of those, let's make sure have I got it on every one? Last one.
Is it the same man made my pen?
Yes.
Debbie got me the most beautiful pen for my birthday. Do you want to see it? I take it everywhere with me.
I've got a matching pen too.
She got me made. Look at this gorgeous rainbow pen. And I'm an adult now, Debbie, because I haven't lost this, and it's been nearly 6 7 months, and it goes every day. It's in my pocket with me.
Bless you.
I love it.
Bless you. You know, next time on my wake-up call, I might have to invite him along and get him to come on. Bet, can I just show you this, Joe? Every single one of the flaps, tuck it underneath that straight edge, bring that straight edge up there and just pop that behind and give it, if you're using our tape pen, just give it a little burnish between your finger and your thumb, and that little friction there just it's like it heats it up, but it also makes it bond. So just give it a nice little burnish between each one of your tabs. So we'll just pop that there again. Really
Great if you
easy
had to
do.
batch make these, wouldn't it, Debbie?
Do you
I
know
imagine
how
just
quick?
cut a load out,
Yeah.
get them all done. Would you ever cut 2 layers of card on each side at once, or do you stick to 1 layer of cardstock each side?
Yeah,
okay,
I stick
cool.
to 1, just to not confuse things. I stick to 1 at a time, but because if you think about it, that just went through the machine in 1 fell swoop. You cut that box, which would be a really difficult box to put together, but you can see everything, it just fits absolutely perfectly. Now, what else fits perfectly are some of our dies that we have in our range, and these are our hexagon nesting dies,
Nice.
Joe. So I've actually just used a contrasting colour there, but that just sits perfectly. And I think it's the 3rd one in of the hexagon dies, but they fit absolutely beautifully onto this gorgeous hexagon design box. And again, it's just such a super quick, easy box to make with ease, no difficulty needed.
What's going in your box, Debbie? What would you be
What will
putting
be
in
going
here?
in my box? Well, probably. Do you know if it's for a family member? Because they all always ask for money. It'd be money going in there.
Oh.
But I don't like to just hand the money over. I like to give them something inside, you know, like in a nice little box. And these absolutely fit the bill. Now, also on this, you've got, where have I put my dimes? Oh, they're on there. You've got a couple of little tags as well. So you've got a large tag, you've got a small tag. You can mix them up together. I've chosen the small tag for this one. And I'm just going to thread my ribbon through the 2 of those. So let me just pop that in.
It was Enchanted Craft Fairy says she loves to batch make these, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Adriana loves the colour of the papers that you've used. Lynn's finishing a retirement card that she was commissioned to make as well. Do you know what? Should we get people just to send us in things they've been working on, Debbie?
Do you know
think
what a
that'd be
great
nice?
idea? What have you got on your craft room table right now?
Yeah, what's on your craft table? Charlotte's really excited to see what you guys are working on, as is Erin as well. Erin and Charlotte are next door today. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. What is on your craft table at the moment? In fact, whatever it is, I want to see. Whether it's craft related, non-craft related, if it's a bacon sandwich, whatever's going on, let us know. Let's have a little look.
Yeah, let's have a nosy at what you've got on yours. Now, I've just used some of our double-sided dies that we've had in the range, because we've had the double-sided dies now out for a while. But I know there's still people out there that just, you know, they're always, how do you put them together? I mean, they really are. This is what this craft class is all about. It's just helping you come to terms with how you use them, but at the same time, we've got some amazing deals on the double-sided die range, which is just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal.
I think the thing is, with anything that's new, any kind of change, if you're someone that's used to using single-sided dies and have done for many years, Debbie, sometimes you think, oh, that's going to be complicated, or maybe you shy away from it. The great thing is about this craft class is we're going to show you how easy they are to use, the fact that you're getting double the bang for your buck when it comes to cutting, because you're not having to put things through twice, you're going to get it done in one pass. And also we've put in some amazing deals for you, so if you were looking to just try them, this is definitely the show for you. So I think that's why people are loving this craft class so much already.
Oh, well, it's, you know, I mean, they are super easy to put together. They really, really are. And they do dispel that myth. And the fact, now let's just get this into perspective. They are one die that cuts out 2 different designs. And you'll see that with some that we've got on the show. I mean, how amazing is that? It's time saving, space saving, because you're not having as much space when you've got 1 die instead of having the 2 dies, because normally to make this hexagon box you'd need two dies to actually create that. But again, Joe, just how phenomenal do these, this concept work? It really is such a great concept. And I'm just going to snip my ribbon off because that's a bit too high there.
Don't forget about ease into May as well. If you're spending over £30 or dollars on the website, you'll get £10 or dollars. No, you get 10% off, sorry, over on the website. Whew, nearly got that wrong, didn't I? So yeah, to spend over £30 or dollars, save an extra 10%. You can use it in conjunction with your Club Inspired discount as well. It's a little gift from us to you for the bank holiday, which I think is lovely.
A bank holiday, I keep forgetting it's a bank holiday, you know. I keep forgetting it's a bank holiday. Right, there we go, Joe, I'm quite happy with all that. So there we go, we've got that lovely box. I'll just move all my bits out to one side. You've got this lovely box that you can see, so you've got that lovely hexagon design. What would you be putting in your box? I definitely, like I said, jewellery would
Bit
look
of Turkish
absolutely
delight
amazing.
in mine, please.
About a what?
Bit of Turkish delight in
Oh, I
mine.
don't like Turkish delight.
you not?
Oh no. Oh gosh, no. Blech, blech, no. Not for me, Turkish delight.
I'm glad you don't have a strong feeling about it.
Now, like, can I just say, Joe, as well, what else you can do with these dies is you can do things like extending them. That is the same die. The one on the top is a small one, but this is the same die that created this.
Nice.
I mean, when you think about it, it's like, how does that work? Well, I'll explain one way later on in the show, so stay tuned because we will be covering that. But these are really easy to do because it's simply case just taking your measurements from the base of your your box, and extending it to any length you actually want. So do stay tuned because I am going to show you, but look how quick and easy it was to put that together. I know I cheated having my little flowers already done, but you could be putting lots of different embellishments on the top, but a really quick, easy concept to make what I would consider to be extremely difficult box to try and work out. You don't have to do that because it is all there in these dies. Super easy, super quick, mind-blowingly, literally mind-blowing concept, and the technology is like what nobody else has ever tried to do before. It was a long time in the making, it really was, but what a great day to learn about all about our double-sided dies. And not only that, grab yourself a couple of bargains in the mix as well.
Absolutely. It's as if you knew, because Sarah Schaefer actually just asked about extending them before you did that. So stay tuned, Sarah, and you'll get a demonstration on that a little later in the show. Let me recap for you what exactly you're getting in this collection here. So you are going to get the hexagon box die in there. It's going to make two different size boxes. We talk about the size, we're talking about the top of the box. Of course, this one has been extended, this one's been extended, this one hasn't. So it's up to you how deep those boxes are. You're also going to get one of our awesome double-sided edgeable dies in there, which I think is absolutely brilliant. These are always so popular. Then what you're going to get is your cardstock too. So you're going to get the lilac Centura Pearl, and you're also going to get that hint of silver Centura Pearl in there as well, which is absolutely gorgeous. It is so shiny. And you will get, of course, your Gemini Junior double-sided plates and a tape pen too. So a real brilliant beginner's collection. It's a really awesome starting point if you are looking to get into double-sided dies. Now, if you want to just get the hexagon box on its own, you can. We've got it on the show for you. $14.99 or $19.99. That will make these boxes just here for you. It makes two different size boxes, which is fantastic. So you've got that one. We then have some other box shapes available for you on the show too. So if you want to make the rectangle box, then you can too. This makes two different size boxes for you, which is this one just here. I think that is super cute. We've then got the square. Now the square actually makes three different size boxes. So that I believe is the medium size box that you've got just there. And then finally, we've also got the triangle available for you as well. And the triangle is going to make two different size, this being the larger of the two. So however you want to go for them, it is completely up to you. All the shapes are available, whether you are going for them in the hexagon in the beginner's kit or you're going to get them on their own. They are a great price. Now, you will of course need the plates if you are buying the dies on their own. We've got a brilliant bundle for you, so you can go for this here. This gives you both sets. So if you use your Gemini and your Gemini Junior, then you are completely covered. You've got the larger plate and you've got your junior plates in here too. We do have them individually for you. If you want to go for the junior on their own, the junior will go sideways through the larger Gemini, but obviously you're not going to be able to do some of your concepts on there. And then we've also got the larger ones available for you too, which are these ones, and you can see they're $15.99 or $16.95, which is brilliant. Right, something super exciting for you now, because we have got an awesome edgeable dies collection. Now, edgeables are so awesome because of the sheer volume of different techniques that you're able to do with them. What these do is still enable you to do that, but then what they're going to do is they are giving you kind of a matten layer, so it's giving you more dimension, means the designs are going to pop as well. I'm going to take you through the ones that you've got included here with the different samples that you've got. So you're going to receive in here the fleur de lis, which is this one here with all of that beautiful detail in there. You've also got the shining stars, that's going to come in there. brilliant. I just love that. That's been triple layered up, that one, which is just fantastic. We then have the garden borders. We've got loads of pictures coming in of your craft tables, which I absolutely love. You've got your garden borders in here. The schmetterlings are in here as well. This is the dancing schmetterlings. You've then got this one. How classy does it look just on a just on craft card? Not even as an edgeable, just as a topper. That is the floral double-sided die. This one here, I kid you not, is one of my all-time favourite dies that we've done here at Crafters Companion. It is absolutely awesome. It is the lily border, that one is called. How regal is that? It makes me want to sit down and have a feast with Henry VIII. I don't know why. I think it is awesome. And then what you've also got in here is your hearts too. Super cute. Now you get all of them included for that price, which is sensational, because thinking about it, these should be £12.99 each. You get 7 of them. So it should be over £100. Today it's £42. Platinum members, however, save £70 on these, or $81.52. For platinum members, it's £33 or $38. Absolutely incredible value for money is what you have got right there. Right, edgeables. Oh, I've got to share it. I'm sorry.
I'm wondering what we're chuckling at.
A car just went past and like backfired, and Erin just goes to Charlotte, "Was that your tummy?" Oh, you guys, honestly. So funny. I told you we were in a funny mood. Enchanted Craft Fairy loves a double-sided flower. She mailed a Mother's Day card just yesterday. Astrid agrees with you about the Turkish Delight. Oh, Astrid, by the way, she's going to be popping up in our wake-up call tomorrow, so make sure you join us for that. That's exciting. Astrid says, I know what you mean, Debbie. My parents used to get Turkish Delight, and I just wanted the powdered sugar in the bottom of the box, not the actual... Debbie's also not into the powdered sugar, it turns out, Astrid, as well. Lots of love for all of those too. Make sure you go over to the website, click the Shop the Show button. I'm going to take you through as many deals as I can in the show, but there are absolutely loads in this show category. So crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au, click Shop the Show, and you'll see absolutely everything there. Edgeables, Debbie, gorgeous at the best of time, but when they're double-sided, you get so much detail, don't you?
Oh, you really do. And again, it's that same concept, that idea that we've taken one of our most popular ranges, which are our edgeables, and they really are. Because if you think about an edgeable, it's the real versatile way that you can use them. You can use them as an edgeable on the top of the card, on the middle of the card, diagonal on the card, at the side of the card. You can use them as simple toppers to create that lovely, beautiful topper feel that Joe showed you with that gorgeous star one. Honestly, edgeables are just absolutely fantastic concept. And even more so now because we've got it in that double-sided range at this fantastic price today, whether you're going for the starter kit, whether you're going for one of the other bundles as well. And I am going to use the diamond lattice. I love this one. And again, the same concept.
Her
if I just
name is
turn this
Debbie.
over.
She is a diamond. That's why you've used this, isn't it?
Now, I thought Astrid had made that one up, that line, but apparently that was Ben's bit.
Line,
Astrid did the first bit and Ben did the rest into it, yeah. I love that one.
If you haven't seen the Copacabana for Sarah's birthday, go and have a look after the show over on the Crafters TV Facebook page. It's fantastic.
It is fantastic. It really is. Great, great song, great idea. Now, what you can see from your edgeable, it works the same way with an edgeable, where you've got a cutting edge that just finishes and it's got like a little notch here. It goes all the way around. You've got all this beautiful design and it finishes on this end. Now, when you flip it over, what you've got now is a different decorative element to create that double side feature, and this cuts out a completely different piece because the cutting edge is not running along the top now, it's just running underneath. So it's a really lovely concept, really gorgeous one this as well. Now I'm using my larger plates for this because I've got my big one and I've also got a big cardstock lined up. Now, my cardstock that I've chosen is white stamping card. This measures at 10 3/4 inches by 6.5. I've actually scored it And I've scored that at 6 inches. And what that does is just creates me this little piece here, because I'm going to use it as an edgeable, Joe, but just running down this centre bit, which is why I've not done a full solid one. Although you could do a full solid one and just bring your edgeable design a little bit further in. So what you're going to do now is decide, I mean, I'm going to use, knowing that that part is the edgeable part which will create that lovely diamond lattice feature, I'm going to hold it down into my cardstock, and this is going to be my patterned one, which is when I'm just going to bring in my patterned cardstock. So the full feature is the one that will cut the edgeable design. The one on the other side that's not the fullest part, this is the decorative part, I will use with a different colour on there. So I'm going to take it as far as I can up to that edge. I'm going to hold it down because we've got a space, what I call an empty space. Oh, there's a song in that one. James Arthur, absolutely fabulous. Sorry, just a random thing now when I just said it in my head. But again, you've got this little empty space that you can actually hold down with a bit of low-tack tape so it doesn't move, which is really important when you are doing these edgeable ones.
You think James Arthur, I'm thinking Johnny Logan. Just sums us up, really, doesn't it?
Hey, I love Johnny Logan.
Love a bit of Johnny Logan.
I love Johnny Logan, yeah, Eurovision King.
Absolutely.
Won it twice into singing, 3 times because he wrote it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Twice as a singer, once as a composer.
Exactly,
let's not get down that
Let's
Eurovision black hole again.
Astrid's
in the comments as well.
So what I'm going to do now is have held into place. I know it's not going to move, but this one I'm not too bothered about. But if you don't feel comfortable, you can always tape and pop a little bit of tape just onto there. Now it's that same plate combination. I've got my clear cutting plate, you can see it just there. I've got my green cutting plate with the larger Gemini, so for your A4 size. I'm then going to sandwich that again in with my other one. You can see a well-loved one there. And then lastly, the other cutting plate on the top. So it literally is that same combination with your Gemini Junior or your larger Gemini, your A4 Gemini or the original. You would use that same combination throughout. Now, I have been asked lots of questions recently about can you run it through your MIDI with those double-sided cutting plates? We don't recommend it. And the only reason we don't recommend it is because we didn't test it for that purpose. They were tested in our Gemini Juniors and our larger Geminis, which is why I know there's been a lot of people saying that they've tried it. If you want to try it, that's entirely up to you, but it's not something we recommend because it wasn't done for that in that intended way. So when I'm just popping that down now, Joe, all I'm going to do is give that a little flick. I'm just going to release it with my scissors. And when I say release it, just literally take that little end off that side and the little piece off that side.
So delicate, isn't it?
It's so delicate. But even just using this part on its own, just look how incredible that design is. And that's just one part. You could use that on something else completely. If you were doing a bit of paper piecing, if you were doing a border, you could be cutting out in different colours and then saving those little bits. However, I'm not doing any paper piecing with this one. I'm simply using it as it was intended, which is, just make sure I've got my tape lifted off that side, Joe. I can see it's stuck down. Let's get rid of that. And then I'm going to do exactly the same with this one. Give it a nice little flick out there, or use your poker tool or your die cleaning brush just to remove the other parts. Let's give that a little stab all the way around.
And it's not that they've not cut necessarily, is it?
Oh, absolutely not. No, they just stayed in there. Sometimes you get that with some dies, some intricate dies. The little pieces stay in. It's the bit that I've said this before. The bit I don't like the poking part. I'm not a poker.
I love the poking part. Honestly, if you need me to do any poking for you, you send it this way.
Well, I know, because I don't have, regardless what I've said in the past, I don't have a personal poker that does all my poking out for me when I go out demonstrating. Well, I do really. Her name's Carol. She'll know if she's watching.
Carol, your personal poker.
Carol, my personal poker when I go out demonstrating.
Lovely.
When the world was a normal place. She always used to sit either to my right-hand side, just at the very front, and she did all my poking parts out for me because I don't like that poking bit. But some people find it very therapeutic because they love to see it when it all comes out. And talking of which, look at that. That has just come out absolutely beautiful. Now, I'm going to put my coloured cardstock that way around so that you can see there. Let me just pop. Look how gorgeous that is.
Really
and
lovely.
even on its own, Joe, without using this part, you could create that lovely edgeable factor. I mean, how gorgeous does that look? That looks absolutely beautiful on
Really
its own.
lovely.
But then what we're going to do is going to give that a nice little burnish. Oh, what did I measure? Did I measure? I don't think I measured. Oh, Debbie. Right.
What's wrong, Debbie?
Nothing. Just
Right,
just fetching my piece in that I did earlier. But what you're going to do is just stick that over the top. So I'm going to grab my thank you. Tape pen. Yep, thank you very much, Joe. I thought you'd fallen asleep then. Help me out a little bit, help me out. I sometimes forget these words. But what we're going to do is we're going to use them as they were intended, doubling them up. But look how gorgeous that lattice design actually is, and it just really makes it pop. I'll tell you what will make it pop even more though, Joe. I've got some cardstock that I've chosen from possibly one of my favourite paper pads ever. Which is that gorgeous contemporary watercolour. Love, love, love this paper pad, as do many of our other lovely friends here at Crafters TV. Debbie, Jan, Craig, Leanne, Sarah, Fiona, we all love this paper pad. It's absolutely exquisite, and it really is a beautiful pad. So what I'm going to do now, Joe, is I'm going to create myself a little panel on the front as well. So I'm just going to done myself a little small panel, which is going to help me bring all this design together. The lovely double-sided edgeable has done all the hard work for me in creating that lovely panel. And then we're just going to pop that behind the back there, just onto that back piece. And again, I'm just using my choice, one of my favourite glues, which is our all-purpose glue, just onto the back. Gives me that bit of wiggle time to get it into place. There we go. And then I'm going to now decorate this part up, and I'm going to bring in my dotty tape pen for the intricate part. So I'm just going to use my dotty tape pen over that filigree, beautiful diamond lattice.
It's got a little bit of a tiara look about it, hasn't it?
It has, yeah.
And have you also seen the sample that's been done to make it look like a corset
I
with a
am
ribbon?
going to show you that one,
Have
Joe,
you got
because
it?
I've got it with me.
I
Yes.
love that card.
Yes, I'm going to show you what else you can do by cleverly using this die. But just want to show you that one pass wonder technique created me the card base, but it's also created me this beautiful diamond lettuce. I just want to get that. Did I say lettuce? I thought I did. I thought I said lettuce. Diamond lattice. Diamond lattice. This beautiful diamond lattice shape. So I just want to get it into place though. That's why I'm glad I used me all-purpose. It gives me that bit of wiggle time to get it into place. Let's just make sure. There we go. Perfect. And just pop that over, and then I'm going to bring down the side my lovely panel just that goes down there. So bring that in. There we are. And then I'm going to finish it off just by simply adding a simple sentiment. Just going to trim off my top though. I can see it and it's irritating me, Joe. It's irritating me. Let's just trim off that top piece. There we go.
Kathy sometimes gets some impressions in her cardstock when she's using the double-sided dies.
Do you mean
from her plates.
Yeah. Oh, from the plates.
I'm
going to say this is.
Oh no, she didn't say the plate. Sorry, I've added that.
I think I know what she means, but it's the design of the die. But when you're using that diamond lattice part, it covers it up.
Right,
it's the nature of how this die is, because if you're thinking how this is, we've got two separate patterns. So we have this lovely pattern. And that is the shape, because you've got that cuts out on one side but doesn't on the other.
Okay.
So that's why you'll get those marks. But the minute you cover it up,
right,
they've gone. Because that's how that's how the die works. It's intended that way. So don't think that you've got a faulty die. I promise you haven't. That is how it was intended. Now I'm just going to pop myself. Let me grab a foam pad. Foam pad. Where are your foam pads? Oh, you'll do. I'm going to pop a foam pad just onto the back of my Just For You sentiment. So I'm going to have that one on. Bit of hot glue. And I'm going to put myself a little bow just on the top.
Nice.
And you've got yourself, again, something really quick and easy, but very, very, very effective. Very effective. So I'm just going to hold that into place till my glue sets there. But again, Just look, very quick, simple, easy card, but you've got this beautiful, we've got this beautiful design, that edgeable design that creates something really quick. And I mean, really, there's nothing else that you need to add apart from a verse on there, which I just think, again, it's the concept of having the one die that cuts 2 panels out in one pass. And I did promise you I'd show you that lovely, I love this one. Michelle McCarthy is one of our design team members, and she always likes to think outside of the box. And great lady, hence why we've got her on our design team. But just take a look at this beauty, and it's from the same die. So that same die has created this beautiful bodice, and she's simply just reversed it on the other side. So basically taken a piece of cardstock, cut on one side, cut on the other, and then pop some lace and then a little bit of mirror card underneath. And you can create something that simple. And it looks hard, but it really isn't. And it's because you've got these fantastic dies that do all that hard work for you. So when I just mean there, you can see, let's just pop it into its right shape, literally one side and then flip reversed and done the other side, and it's that simple. And you've got that die to be able to you can create some fun cards like that as well. So again, really fabulous. And who would have thought that you could have got 2 different striking designs from that one die? It's just absolutely fabulous, and I absolutely love this. Michelle, that's a cracking card. Put a smile on me the first time we saw it, and it still does now to this day. I absolutely love that one.
It's absolutely brilliant. Do snap them up. They are an incredible deal. You're saving £61.92 or £71.92, and then you're going to get your Club Inspired discount on top of that. You're also going to get an extra 10%, don't forget, because you've got that ease into May there as well. So you are getting 8. I'm just going to make sure I have got 8. I'm pretty sure I have 2, 4, 6. I just want to tell you short. I've got 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to go through them and I'll work out which one I'm missing. Do you know, I don't think I had the diamond lattice. That's what it is. But you've seen that one there. We'll edit this bit out at the end, don't worry. This one here is your fleur-de-lis that you have got just there, which is excellent. Then you're going to get this one with the gorgeous stars. You've got that brilliant garden border in there as well. And you can see just from these few projects that I've got here for you, you can see how you can really get a lot of variation on them. You've got those dancing butterflies just there. And don't think about just using them as edges. Use edgeables, use them as toppers, which I think is fantastic. You've then got that one there, which is your lily border. You've also got your hearts, and you're then going to receive in there as well that diamond lattice that we just looked at. £42 or $48 to grab those. Platinum members, $33.60 or $38.40, saving you £70 or $81. That was your Pretty Florals one, that one just there. Awesome. Right, that was 8. Shall I count again? Because I mean, I'm having one of those days today to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom, we nailed it. Right, we didn't nail it. I want to share with you some of the paper pads that we've got on the show today. Oh, these are awesome. So we had the patterned nitwits on yesterday, but we've got the solid colours on today, which is great. They're really nice weight to them too. They're $2.50, but they're double-sided, so they've got a bit. They feel a little bit heavier than that. I'm going to level with you. They're not pearlescent, but they've got a very slight lustre to them. They're a really, really gorgeous colour tone. This is your Bloom with Grace that you've got just here. And you're also going to get the positivity. I love the Bloom with Grace. I do love the fun element of the positivity though. I love the colours in there. Specifically, what is wrong with me? The 2 orangey peachy tones I think are gorgeous in there. So you can grab those, $19.48 or $22.03. We've also got some textured cardstocks on the show for you. So this one here is your Brights, double-sided and colour core on these. And it's textured, it's like a very fine linen texture that you've got on those ones just there. So you're going to get the Brights, and that comes along with the pastels too. The pastels are very, very summery. Absolutely gorgeous. We do also have these in an 8x8 size as well. They're exactly the same. I'll just show you the size. 36. Oh, my coffee nearly went, honestly, because that fell. I'll deal with that in a minute. Whew, nearly had a nosebleed. Right, this, the 8x8, you get it in the bright and the pastels. It's exactly the same, but in the 8x8 size, so it's completely up to you. I'm just going to fix this, Charlotte. There we go. Whew. Right, window dies. It's going so smoothly, this show, isn't it? Let's just go to these ones and have a look. Now, I love these because they give you lots of aperture, and aperture means opportunity. Give you opportunity. Oh, boom, boom. Someone write it down. Loads of opportunity to craft. What I mean by that is you can really play around. I am really enjoying myself today. You can really play around with all the blank space in the background with different, coloured washes, get your colouring mediums out, your inks, all your different textures of cardstock as well. So you've got the rose window in there. You've got the gorgeous lily window, which I think is beautiful, and you're going to get cherry blossom in this particular one. Check out the saving. You save £41.97 or £46.85. You're all saving more because you've all got some sort of Club Inspired discount on top of that as well, and you're easy into May 10% on top of that as well. I know. So it's a 60% saving on these. They are brilliant. They're like a creator card, really, Debbie, aren't they? But a double-sided credit card.
Yep.
And a credit card is what? $14.99 to $24.99 normally.
Yep.
And you've got two of them on each one of these.
Yep. And that's the beauty of those dies. Let me just tell you, I remember being involved in the launch, and they're just divine. The fact that they are the creator card, again, you can create window cards as well. So window cards, window boxes, you can use them as panels, you can use them separate. They really are such a fabulous design at the most craziest price I think I've ever seen. Not just for what, is that right? Is there three there?
All three of
For
them,
all
less
three.
than £10 each.
Well, when you think about that, Joe is absolutely right. Our creator card ranges start from about £15 up to about £25, £30 sometimes. But this is crazy. I can't get over that price. But when you think about it again, that two design in one die, that technology, that it's going to cut those out in that one pass, again, is phenomenal. And the fact that you can use it in three ways, because you could use it separate, so two panels separate, or put them both together to create that beautiful effect where it's almost like got this bit of a shadow drop behind it. They're absolutely stunning. Leanne and the team absolutely knocked this out of the park when they designed these. They're absolutely beautiful and I adore them. And again, I'm going to use the rose window. I'm going to show you again the difference, and you can actually physically see the difference here. So again, where's my poker tool gone? Let's just show you when we look at this die. Oops, hang on a minute. Got a little bit of mucky paper, I'm not going to say. I'm a mucky pup for leaving the paper in there. That's what I was trying to go with. Joe, I think it's catching. I think it's catching today. But what
I caught it from you. I'm putting it out there.
What you've got is this element of that, and these holes, can I tell you, these holes are there for a reason. The reason there's all those holes in there, this is a double-sided die. I want you to think about this, because I know what I'm like with the die. Normally, I give it a good old batter. Can I just give you the visual by what I mean by that? When I've got a die, sometimes I'm such a lazy devil. I've got a die cleaning brush that I can use. Do I use it? No, I should use it more. So I tend to go like this, whack onto the side to release all those little bits. You can't do that with a double-sided die. Well, you can, but you're running a risk. So my advice is do not do that. And the reason being is because you've got two decorative panels on one die there. So please don't go, because the damage there you can do is that you can flatten the die cut, especially if you give it a good whack. And I know people are thinking, what does she go around doing? Boof, boof, get out. No, I've seen it physically with my own eyes. I've taught a class before where someone's actually done that and flattened the die cut. Please remember, this is a double-sided die. I want you to look after them, because if you look after it, it's going to look after you for the rest of your life. Rest of your crafting life, should we say. But again, really fabulous design where you've got the two designs. So one side has got one lovely, beautiful creator card on there. And then when you turn that around, you've got that other design. And they've been designed, this is the more decorative panel. And this is the more what you would use if you were cutting into your cardstock. So with that said in mind, I've chosen some of our Centura Pearl. I've got the lilac and the deep purple here. I'm going to let's bring back in my little plates. Let's use as little plates for this one. So again, that sandwich combination is your cutting plate, your double-sided cutting plate. Always important that you use these. Please, please, please don't be tempted to use without and just use a normal metal combination, a normal thin metal combination plate platform, because you can do some damage to your other plates. So you must have your double-sided cutting plates, and at the price we've got on today, that's just nuts, we can get both of them for that price. It's just crazy. So, chosen cardstock, I'm going with a deep purple, and I'll have the I say the non-decorative, I don't mean the non-decorative, I mean the less decorative panel. So let's just pop that onto there, and I'm going to hold it again down with some tape, because Debbie's been very tight with the paper, if you've noticed. I love Centura Pearl, but I've been completely frugal, maybe a little too frugal, but need not fear, because I've already done a Blue Peter style one, and I've got one ready there. So again, I'm just holding that down, just with a bit of low-tack tape, and then for the other cutting, just bear in mind, if you are using something like Centura Pearl that's got a colour, that you need the colour to face onto the top of the die. I've done it before in the past where I've put my white down thinking it'll cut through to my purple and realise it's the wrong way around. So when you are doing that, please just remember to keep it like that. And again, I'm just going to hold it down with a little bit of tape, and then we're going to pop on the other plate, which is the other double-sided cutting plate, onto the top, and lastly our other cutting plate. It's lots of cutting plates, lots of sandwiches, but it's really super simple. 2 cutting plates, 2 double-sided cutting plates, that's the only combination you need. There may be a time where you need to add a metal shim in, and that is just normally down to the texture of your cardstock. So if you're using something like a glitter cardstock, what I would suggest there is popping your metal shim in just as a shim to release it, and it just needs that a little bit extra. But 9 times out of 10, this is a good one, where if it's just missed, and I can see there, just perfectly, this is a good, it's almost like I planned this demonstration, Joe. Let me try and find my metal shim so I can show you what I mean with that extra Joe, was Sarah in here last night?
No.
What do you mean no? You should not go there. What do you mean no? Hang on a minute. I'm pretty sure she was here for a fair few hours last night.
It was you yesterday.
Hey, I'll have you know I tied it up down here. I gave it a good old fleecing down here. Get it a good old
fleecing means that you nicked everything.
Tickle, a little old tickle. I give it a little old tickle, Joe.
Fleecing means you took it all home.
No, I didn't take it all home. Okay. No, I promise I didn't take it home. I just give it a little old dusting, tidying, rearranging. When Craig comes back tomorrow, he'll probably not recognise it.
He'll not know where he is.
He won't know. I've put everything in its place. However, Sarah's been in here. She's moved things. Hang on a minute, Joe.
Enchanted Craft Fairy is saying, love to see all the great ideas for the cards. I need to follow examples to make more than simple cards. She also says, I like the way the edge of the pink die cut layers behind the matted floral panel. Talking about those edgeables, and Deborah saying, I use my edgeables all the time. Make a plain card extraordinary in just a few minutes. I think I agree. How are you getting on? You found it?
I found it. I've had a little route around. I found it. So I'm going to add my metal shim in. So this is a good demonstration to show you. So it's the normal comment, and I did say about having where you may need to change it up slightly, and that is when you just add in the metal shim in between. And like I said, it depends on the cardstock that you're using. But just feed it through your machine with that metal shim. No other shims than that though. Please don't put your magnetic in there or anything like that. Just the metal if you need to, dependent on the style of card, you know, the texture of the card that you're using. That's better. There we go. So let's just pop that down. And there's nothing wrong with running it through again, Joe. Sometimes we talk about, you know, we'll get it through in that one pass, but it depends on your cardstock. So just bear that in mind when you are using these. I did that on a purpose just for the craft class today. Now, talking of not banging anything out, I am just going to lift it, and literally you take your frame and lift all those pieces, and we'll talk about getting all those pieces. Literally, they fall out.
Just give it a little bit of a massage.
Massaging, little massage. Again, you could use your die cleaning brush. I did say that I'm slightly lazy sometimes with these, getting my die cleaning brush out. However, get your die cleaning brush out, but I'm just massaging my fingers across the die cut to release those pieces, and then just finishing it off by giving it a little poke with all my little pokey tool.
Brilliant. Deborah says, I love my edgeables, use them all the time. Penguin, 88888. Penguins didn't come back to us and let us know. Maybe she didn't hear. Penguins, we want to know if the 88888 at the end, is that the noise that penguins make? If not, what's with all the eights? That's what we need to know, please. She says, I love the Knitwick colour pad, the quality is fab. Janet says, we are enjoying Joe today. Oh, yeah, I'm glad you are. I'm enjoying myself. I'm glad you're enjoying me too. Shadaya says, loads of opportunity. Yes, love that. Molly's having a good chuckle, as is Panda Crafts as well. Fabi says, I love the double-sided dies because I get beautiful results quicker without much effort. And I think that is the thing, isn't it?
That is definitely the thing when it comes to our double-sided technology. Now, you've got this die on this side, so what I need to do is release it. So I literally just give it, you've got all these holes there for a reason. Not only do they release the die, but they also take out those bits. Do you know when I was saying about cleaning it and poking it out? If you use that part with the holes, the release holes, it actually just gets rid of all the bits too. So again, I'm just going to carry on that all the way through.
Awesome.
And then, oh, sorry, Joe.
That's all right. Anne would like to know, where in the sandwich would you put the metal shim when you're adding it in? Good question, Anne.
Yep. So what I did, and I'll just repeat that again so that you saw how I did that one. I had my clear cutting plate, my double-sided die cutting plate. Dear me, all these plates, Joe. I had my cardstock, so I'm just going to put a piece of cardstock in there. I had my die facing down, and then I popped the metal onto the top, and then it just needed that extra bit of crunch. So by popping it into the centre of those double-sided dies, that's how I would recommend using your metal die.
Brilliant.
But you don't need that for everything. It depends on your cardstock. You will not need to use that. Normal combination and normal sandwiches are just your 2 clear cutting plates and your 2 double-sided cutting plates.
Excellent.
If you are going to pop it, it's in between those 2 that you're going to pop that. I hope that answered your question.
I think so.
Yeah, and I hope I understood that one. Yeah.
No word yet from Penguins 88888, but Gilmore thinks maybe the 8s are penguins. Maybe they look like penguins, the number 8.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I mean, the only person who's going to really be able to clear this up for us is Penguins 88888 themselves, isn't it?
Is that a YouTube name, that one?
Yeah.
Is that one of our YouTube?
I don't think that's her, given name at birth, Penguins 88888. But
no. Well, you never know. You never know.
Strange things have happened.
Yeah, absolutely. We should never assume. That could well be a name, and you've probably just offended her.
Oh, well, let's see what they say when they come back. Then they come back to us. That's me getting myself out of a hole there, Debbie.
Yeah, trying. I don't know if you got yourself quite out there, but definitely.
Oh, she's responded.
Yay!
Ah, that's
what
hilarious.
Was that?
So, it was going to be Penguins 8 at first. But basically, someone was already Penguins 8, so then she just added another 8. Someone already had that, so she just kept adding 8s to the end until it was an unavailable username. There's us putting all these elaborate stories in there. That's hilarious, Penguins.
I want to go with yours though, Joe. The 8888. That sounds like a penguin, but that's so funny. That's not what we were expecting. Let's just say that's not what we were expecting.
No, it wasn't.
Now, can you see, Joe? I wonder if you get a bit of dark card just so you can see that one a little bit better. But I'll pop that underneath so you can see those 2 die cut elements. I mean, how beautiful are those 2 together? Use them separately if you want to. I just love these dies. They're absolutely beautiful. And again, when you just simply, let me just pop that back down there, Joe. Layer them up on top. Now I'm going to use my dotty tape pen. This is going to be your best friend with these dies because look at the intricate design that you've got on there. So again, I'm just going to use my dotty tape pen. I'm going to pop that all the way around. If you're lucky enough to have a Xyron, and I'm not sure if they're back in stock, Joe, so you may need to check on our website about the Xyron.
We've had a bit of a Xyron shortage, haven't we, late?
Yes, yeah, and with the way that the world's been at the minute as well, I'm not sure if we've managed to have some in. I know there were some back in stock, but if you get a Xyron that takes the bigger die cut elements, then you could obviously run that through your Xyron. So let's just make sure I've got all those.
Could you do a bit
Actually,
of stick and spray?
do you know, I was just about to say the same. You could get your old, what's she called? Brenda here.
She's
you
not
could get
old,
your old
how
Brenda
dare
box.
you?
Is she
She's
not
only-
old?
Well, she was only made last year. She's one, technically.
Well, you ought to see it stated, her God love her. She's in a right tacking down here.
Oh, she's
Just
been out on the
tell ya.
tiles again. Should see the state of our Brenda.
But you could use the stick and stay, and you just literally give it a little coating over the top, let it go tacky about 30 seconds, and then pop that on the top. The other thing you could do is, and I've got one here, actually I think this might have got something else in it, but pretend it's got, oh, it's got a blob on it. Hang on a minute, what's going off here? Has somebody put some, oh dear me, I didn't tidy that very well last night. You could use one of our little fine tip applicators.
Awesome.
Pop your tacky glue inside, and the fine tip applicator there is another thing that you could do, because you'll be able to get round with your fine tip around all those little areas again. So there's a couple of options that you have, Joe, but again, we've got these in, and we do have them on at a great, I'm sure yesterday we had these on. I'm pretty sure we had these on at a great deal. I'm sure there was something like 12. I think it were a cartload deal. Actually, it might have gone off now.
There is a, you can get two of them with a 20% saving in this show, $7.98 or $11.12 if you want to grab them there.
Perfect. So now I've got that all covered up. What I'm just going to do, and the easiest way that I do these, Joe, is that I start using, do you know, the frame part of it, and I just layer that up. So I'm going to start with the bottom. Let's just place that on, and before I commit to popping that down, I just want to make sure I've got it on evenly. There we go, so that looks about right. Let's just make sure before I commit, and then just pop that over. And I'm just going to make sure I've got that. Just want to make sure I've got that right, Joe. I might start at top actually. Let's see if I can do it this way. There we are.
Shadiah saying, Joe, I'm resting and watching the show. I have to work tonight. What do you like? Keep saying penguin, ain't. And the way you say it, it is cracking me up. Wow. I'm glad you're resting ahead of work tonight. And penguins again, just saying it's just a result of her being lazy, the username. Well, I feel like we've learned something today.
Yeah, we do. We learn something every day here at Crafters TV, we do. Now look how beautiful that looks. You can see that gorgeous design, almost like that shadow drop behind the back of it as well. I just love these. They're absolutely beautiful. There's little areas as well that they don't cover over, so that's where you can see where that die really works. And the embossed feature on some of those as well, just really outstanding. So what I'm going to do, Joe, is I'm going to bring in a card. Now this card blank was, let me just get my measurements right. I did a 5.5 by 7.5. I went a little bit bigger here. I used my metal edge ruler and my craft knife to create myself an aperture, but you could be using things like your nesting dies. If you've got some of the larger nesting dies, you could use those to create myself a little bit of a window, and then I'm just going to put some heavyweight acetates behind the back of that.
Awesome.
So let's just pop my tape all the way around.
Seal's asking, can adhesive sheets be used on the back of cardstock when cutting using double-sided dies?
Adhesive sheets can, yes, they can. Yes, you would probably need those. You want to talk about the metal shim, because when you think about that, you've got cardstock and an adhesive to cut through, and twice. So definitely have your metal shim. Try it first without, but I think you're going to need your metal shim with that one. But yes, you can. And that again then creates less of a problem, because you don't have to look around for fine tip applicator or use your dotty tape pen. Now I've made my acetate slightly bigger here, Joe. So what I'm going to do is just trim this down. I can see that I've got lots of mucky bits all over my acetate. I'm not happy with that. However, I'm not going to worry, because my lovely design will cover up that back. There we go. So again, that just now gives me that lovely window feature behind the back there. Let me get rid of all that acetate. And then I've just done exactly the same using some some of the matching cardstock. I've used some of that purple, and I've used, I can't remember where I got this. Floral Fantasy, that's it. Floral Fantasy paper cardstock there to create. And just again, taking my metal ruler and my craft knife to create my aperture there. So again, this time I'm going to use a bit of wet glue though, so I can get it into place and position it into place.
Michelle Knits For You is making sachet pouches whilst watching. I'm not sure I know what. That's what I was going to say. What is a sachet pouch? Michelle, you're going to have to let us know. Is it like a pouch where you put your sachets of sauce when you go out, so you don't miss out? You don't miss out on your ketchup or your mayonnaise. If it is, I think I need a sachet pouch because you will never know. And also, with the world as it is at the moment, communal sauce bottle's not a thing anymore.
No, that's true.
So you need a pouch for your sachets. I do hope it's that, Michelle, but let me know.
Sachet, is that like another
Sachet.
fancy name for a
Isn't
belt?
it?
Is that a belt?
Sachet is spelled S-A-C-H-E-T, so like a sachet of sauce.
Oh, a
Not
sachet
Shantae
of
you say
sauce.
sachet away. That's a different kind of thing.
Right, Joe, I'm going to use my dotty tape pen again because now I've got my window die, my window aperture in my cardstock. I've now got this gorgeous window die, double-sided die here, to be able to now sit this onto the top of there. Let's just give it a good old coating. Love the dotty tape pen. It just hits all the places. The only part that you might need to do is give you a matter clean because it's literally no glue seeping through there, so there's nothing to see. And literally, all I'm going to do is just fit that. And if you're wondering how I created the aperture, I actually just use the size of the die as an indication, which is this is 5.9 by 3.9 by 5.9. So it's just shy of 4 and 6. Gosh, can't even add up. But there we go. I'm going to add that on. And I've just taken myself a couple of little edibles that we've had. I say edibles, some decorative panels that I've had. And again, I can't even remember where I got these from, Joe, but they'll be one of ours from a previous past collection. So let's
These
just
remind me of like the garlands you see in Western films over like the banisters and things. Do you know what I mean?
I do,
They always
yes.
go to like a barn dance or something and they have those things hang over the sides.
Yeah, actually, do you know where these are from? I've just realised, I remembered.
What?
Do you know the letters of the heart?
Yeah.
It's one of the dies from there.
Ah.
It's almost like, you know, sometimes I just think afterwards, why do you remember these things? But yes, it's from the letters of the heart. So I'm just going to pop that across there. Let's just place that on the top.
Astrid, I love Astrid. I'm going to tell you in a minute because it's too funny. I've got to keep it in.
What's she doing? Is she causing trouble?
She is.
So I'm just going to snip those off. And lastly, I'm just going to add now onto there. I'm going to pop myself a little ribbon just on the very top. Let's pop a little bit of hot glue. Now, Debbie, what have you done with your ribbon? There it is. And apart from adding a little sentiment or something, now what we've got is that gorgeous window die. And if I just hold that up for a second, where you've got that lovely see-through element. Now, you could see how well this would work in a box, top of a box lid. You would be able to create that aperture. If you were making a nice big box, that would look absolutely beautiful. You could put some other pattern cardstock at the back of there if you wanted to. But again, it's just showing you the ease of use and how beautiful these dies simply are. Do you want to see a few extra examples?
Oh, yes, please.
So let's show you a few extra examples. Again, very similar to what I've just done here, where you've created that lovely window effect. So you've got that lovely see-through effect. Use some pattern paper on this one. What about your shaker easel card? I mean, this is absolutely beautiful. So it's being used as a window die, but can you see at the back, there is shaker elements in there. So it's a good old shaker card, and then using your panel to create some lovely decorative embellishments, which I just think that is absolutely beautiful, designed by our lovely Leslie. And then just taking it as a border, use it as a border die. So one of our Sarah's favourites, a double Z fold card, and you've got this gorgeous, gorgeous panel. It just looks absolutely incredible. They're all fabulous. Every single one of the designs, whether you're going for all of them or two of those individual bundles, absolutely going to love them. They're on a cracking price today to suit either pocket, and absolutely that one pass where you've got those two decorative elements that can be used separately or brought together to create that gorgeous dimension. These are just fantastic, and I know you'll love them. It's a great opportunity. It's a great time to delve into the world of double-sided dies. Honestly, you'll love them, Joe, I promise.
Awesome. Now, I'm going to take you through the two collections again. So this is a collection that Debbie's just used, and in this one, you're going to get the rose, which is this gorgeous one just here. Remember, use them separately or put them together. You're also going to get the lily in there and the cherry blossom. £27 or $31. You're saving way more than you're spending. There is a second one for you. Oh gosh. Oh no. I think I've broken it. Oh, I'll sort that out later. There's a second one for you, which is your water lily window. And in there, you're also going to receive your tulips and Tina Turner's one, painted windows. which is that one just there, £27 or $31, because it sounds like steamy windows, peony windows, peony windows. Doesn't sound like it to anyone else apparently, just me. Okay, I need to tell you about, so there's a lot of chat about the sachets. Astrid said, I think, Joe, it is scented sachets for your knicker drawer. I'm glad we all know that Astrid has very scented, very floral underwear. How funny. Michelle comes back though and says actually putting fragrances in them, lemongrass, ginger, lavender, to make your car, drawer or bathroom smell good. Which is nice, I think, yeah. Lots of people chatting away there. I need to remind you of the plates because, of course, if you're using the double-sided windows, you are going to need the plates to go with them. This deal here is the best because it gives you both. So it means that if you're doing smaller concepts, you've got the large Gemini, go for this. Doing smaller concepts, you don't need the full plate size. Put these through your Gemini sidewards, cuts down on the time. If you do need the full plate size for a big concept, especially something like maybe your edgeables, you've then got the larger plate size for you as well. You can get them on their own though, if you want to, because if you want to get the junior plates on their own, they are available to you, $10.39 or $13.56, or you can get the larger ones as well. They are the A4 ones that you can see just here, and they are, I'll just get the details for you, $15.99 or $19.69. We are having some problems with the with the thing that does the pictures. So we're trying to work on it. If we can't get it fixed for this show, you've sent us in loads of pictures and we love them. If we can't show it in this show, we'll do them in Second Chance Sunday. So yeah, we're working on it. Maybe, hopefully we'll get it fixed. I'm gonna give you a chance to check out your baskets. So whilst you do that, here's all the details of Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. Become a member of our club today.
We've caused quite a stir with the potpourri pouches and the knicker chat. Devona says, Joe, you've got me in tears here over the sachet sauce bag. A sachet bag is a potpourri pouch for your lingerie drawer. There you go. Well, I tell you what, in current times we live in, I'd like a pouch for my sachets of sauce, please, so I can take them out. Maybe it could like clip on something. Maybe it could be like a little utility belt. I could have like mayo, ketchup, sriracha. Could have them all in my belt here. Who knows? We'll work on that idea. Yolanda says, loving all the samples. They are absolutely gorgeous. Susie T saying, I love double-sided dies. I think I have them all, saving this show for when I need some more inspiration. We're going to go back to where we started actually, and we're going to go back to that beginner's bundle that we've got on the show for you. This is brilliant because you get in here two really awesome styles of dies. So you're going to get the box making dies, which are brilliant, and they make for you these 2 different style hexagon boxes in this particular configuration. One of these has been extended, which I believe is what Debbie's going to take us through in just a few minutes. You're also going to receive in here as well the diamond lattice edgeable die. So they're the 2 double-sided die sets that you've got in there. You're going to need some cardstock to put them together, aren't you? So we're going to give you some cardstock. You've got the lilac and the snow white hints of silver in there. Centura pearl, beautiful, beautiful quality. 310 GSM. We're also then going to throw in there the double-sided Gemini Junior plates along with a tape pen for you too. So it is everything you need really to get yourself started, so long as you already own a Gemini or a Gemini Junior. Now, lots of chatter about boxes and extending boxes in the comments, Debbie, and you did show us that very fabulous box at the start of the show, didn't you?
Well, this is an hexagon box stack, so it's a slightly different take on it. However, I'll explain how you can use it to create the extender part as well in a second, but I'll show you how this concept works. So, you look at this, you take your lid off, you take your base off this one. So this is a little bit slightly different to what we talk about when we come to extending, but it's about using your dies in various different ways. So when I open this up, you've got that lovely stacked element of those boxes using the hexagons. Now, it is a really different way of using them, but it's one of many ways that you can use it. And again, when you look at it, it's still got a nice sturdy bottom there, but it gets an extra sturdy bottom because it sits inside this one with the lid on the top as well. So I'm going to take you through that stage on how you put this together, Joe, because it's not as hard as it looks. It really isn't. So let me just pop that to one side for a time being. So we're going to start with the hexagon box again, and it's pretty much similar to how we started right back at the beginning. And I'll show you. I'm going to walk you through each bit of the stage. So let's bring back in our small plates. Again, you can use this on your small one, on your large one, but it's simply a case of choosing your papers. How do you want to choose your papers? What are you going to use? I'm just taking, again, you're going to have to please excuse me because Debbie's forgotten, but it's one of those gorgeous double-sided paper pads that we had. Do you know the lovely pearlescent sheen one? Can you see that gorgeous pearlescent sheen? Can you remember the name
floral.
of it? Do you know what that goes with the chocolate and cream one? It's that one. It's that, yeah, it's that other one. I can't remember.
So one that's got
the
a
name.
bit of a 70s vibe to it, isn't it?
Of course, they're all beautiful. To be fair, you can choose whatever pattern cardstock you want for this. But it's going to be the same basis where I'm taking that, I'm using the die. Don't forget this has got the lid and the base. So it's a question of just popping that down. And again, I'm using the same paper, but you could choose contrasting ones. So you could have a contrasting lid, a contrasting base. It's entirely up to you. But all I'm doing is sandwiching those in between the two. And again, I'm popping on my other double-sided cutting plate along with the other cutting plate from the Gemini Junior. And again, showing you that it does work through your smaller, so you could use your small plates into your big machine. You could go use your big machine if you want to create 2 boxes in one go, because you could actually put both of your dies on and create 2 hexagon boxes in one pass. Still blows my mind when I say it out loud, because I think, my goodness, can you really do that? Well, yes, you can. So again, just removing that off, and you'll see that I've now got my base and my lid done and dusted in that one pass.
So easy.
Utterly, completely, super easy to do. And again, you're just going to burnish those lines down. Now I'm using my fingers because this is quite a nice score line that it gives you. But if you are going to burnish, take your burnishing tool to create this. But again, I'm just doing it again. It's just a speedy thing.
Sally Bond says you wouldn't want to get your different sachet pouches mixed up because your knicker drawer could end up smelling of ketchup and mayo.
Oh, Sally,
and
I love
imagine your chips tasting of lavender and lemongrass. I don't know. No, I don't think it would work, would it? Thank you for that, Sally.
Oh, that's hilarious, Sally. I love that one. Yeah, my nana and my grandma, they used to have them. I'm telling you, Joe, they used to wrap them around. I don't think they were called that, though. I'm not over it. I don't know if they were called that.
Well,
but
we just call them just an organza bag, wouldn't we?
Yeah, it's a bit similar to like a Paul Puri bag, isn't it? That you pop around, and they used to hang it onto the coat hangers and then pop it into their wardrobes.
Nice.
And I always remember my nana, and especially, she had a lavender one that was in a knicker drawer.
know what?
A knicker drawer. I'm allowed to say that word. Knicker drawer.
Knickers means like underwear, panties. Basically, is what it means. It's a very UK term for panties.
But yeah, it is, and that's that. I love it. I love it. I just didn't realise that's what it was called. But now I'll remember, Joe. Now I will remember this. What's it called? Sachet
bag.
Sachet bag. Right. Yeah. Sachet bag. I'll remember that. But again, all I'm doing is I'm just bending over where all those score lines have been created, because the die itself does the die cut as well as the score lines. So I'm just simply manipulating it into its natural place. And again, same with the flaps there. You're just going to do exactly the same, and then ready for us to stick together. So I'm going to go down that route again. So let me bring in my tape pen, and I'm just doing that. I'm doing it onto the outside of each one of those flaps, because we're going to put this together, but we're not going to use it in the traditional way that we would normally use this. So again, very, very easy. And if you missed the start of the show, this was basically what I did on the first demo. Have I got? Yeah, I've got.
Could also be called a pomander, maybe.
A what?
A pomander.
A pomander.
That's what Crafty AJ has said. She says called a pomander. I mean, I'm guessing she means the potpourri bags. Maybe that's what we call
I thought you meant this box.
No. Well, you could pop potpourri in this box and pop it in your knicker drawer if you wanted to.
Amanda, I thought I honestly, AJ, for AJ, I thought you meant me box. I'm like, no, it's just an hexagon box stack.
What you like?
A pomander. Oh,
Yes.
I remember that. I remember that one. I just call it a nice little smelly bag. It's kind of a nice little smelly bag. So I've popped together the first part. Let's do the second. So let's repeat that again on each one of those flappy parts. Let's pop that on there. And again, it's just simply pop your chosen glue. Are you using red liner tape? Are you using our super strong adhesive? You could use wet glue. If you're going to use a wet glue like your tacky glue, you just need to make sure it's dry before you actually put this all together. But again, really, really quite simple. Just a choice of your own glue, your own favourite glue.
I've just found out what potpourri actually means in French, Debbie.
What does it mean?
Because obviously potpourri is just a French word, but in French it means putrid pot. It doesn't sound so nice now, does it?
Sounds revolting.
It does, doesn't
Putrid
it?
pot. Where on earth do you get this information from? Is that producer Erin feeding that to you today?
Apparently, that was Erin. Joe, we say drawers in the US. Oh, I'm not
Drawers?
sure. Drawers.
Drawers for what?
Your underwear, your drawers, we call them drawers in the UK as well. Ashford says, I thought pomanders, pomanders similar, but they're like ceramic with little holes in them, which you pop in your drawers. I'm so pleased we've cleared up this whole potpourri debate today.
It's the putrid pot that's got me. I'm never going to look at it the same way again. Now, that fits absolutely beautiful, which looks gorgeous as it is. And like I said, depending on the cardstock that you use and depending on what you're going to pop in there. However, we're going to keep these separate. So I know that that is my top and that's my base. So I'm going to keep those separate, but I'm going to actually put them there so that I know they're separate. Top, base. Right, so put those down on there. What we're now going to do is create the little wraparound. Now, you can do this and then you could attach it to your box to have that extended box before we go into that stacked element. So, with that said, I've used some A3 cardstock with this, Joe. Bet you could actually just take little snippets each, but I'll show you what I mean. This is an A3 cardstock and I've literally taken the full A3 in the size there and I've chopped it down to a 4.5 inch. So if I just show you, A3, wait a minute, I have to do it that way because you can't see it.
That was like the crafty equivalent of when you see someone on the street and you go left and they go left and then you go right and they go and then you go left again and then boom, you bang into each other.
Charlotte, that way. Let's do that way. So,
Let's just see where the camera's gone. I'd love to see where the camera's gone.
Hang on a minute, where's she going? That was a bit too close then. You'd have seen the wrinkles. Honestly, that was so funny. Just keep this shot. Keep this shot. Charlotte, just keep this shot. You'd be able to see if I've got stuff in my teeth, me wrinkled round my eyes, that were a bit like that zoom in that you don't want on the camera. I'll always say, put it on that portrait mode, put it on the portrait mode where it softens everything out. But A3 cardstock and cut, excuse me, let me get my breath back, to 4.5 inches there. So again, what we're going to do then is we're going to do some scoring. Now the scoring, and the easiest way to do this, and I'll just grab my scoring board so I can show you, is pop it onto your scoreboard, and then all you're going to do is take the measurement, and it's 2 and an 8. So if I just bring that down, I might help our little Charlotte here. Let me bring that down so she's not having to start twiddling her knobs in there. A camera knobs, you know the camera things that she has to do with all the camera. I know what I meant. Now then, literally, all she gonna do.
Oh, Debbie, never change.
You said we were in a giddy mood.
Never change.
Right, so, serious head, let's do the demo. So this is a 2 and an 1/8 of an inch for the first score line, and simply just move it on and keep doing 2 and an 1/8. Moving it on and keep measuring at 2 and an 1/8, and it's the easiest way that I can probably tell you how to do that. So you push it up to the butt of the board, you score it at 2 and an 1/8, and repeat that until you've got your even pieces all the way around, and that creates that lovely wrap. And you can see all I've done with this, Joe, is I've burnished it. However, I did say you could actually do this in panels. If you haven't got any A3 card, you could actually do that and cut it down into half size, and then leave yourself, if you were cutting it, make sure you've got an extra little bit where you've got a tab on that you can actually just, maybe 1/4 of an inch, where you can join the two together. I hope that made sense.
Makes total sense.
So you can do it either way. That's just an A3 cardstock that I've chosen. And again, now this actually creates that lovely wraparound. And if I just hold it there for you, that's how you've got that shape of the hexagon. And this is going to be that start of the wrap around of the stacked boxes that are going to fit in here. So before I actually do those pieces, I'm actually going to wrap myself a little bit of ribbon. Now I say a little bit of ribbon. I've gone mega long for this. So I'm going to put my ribbon.
Lovely ribbon, Debbie.
It's beautiful, isn't it? I don't know about anybody else, but I'm a bit of a ribbon lover. So I love buying different sides of chunky ribbon, thin ribbon, organza, wired ribbon, lots of lovely ribbon. So it could be a choice of whatever ribbon you've got. Of course, at Crafters Companion, we also do ribbon here.
I've got some on the show. I'll share it with you in a few minutes, actually.
Fantastic. So what I'm going to do is just wrap it around the wrap. So if that makes sense, I'm just going to actually pop it onto that wrap as well. So I'm just going to move that for a second, Joe. And I'm just going to literally run a little bit of tape over and then just sit that on the top. And it's going around the centre part. There we go. And then I've created myself some little panels. So when you think about this being 2 and an 1/8 by 4.5, just take 1/4 of an inch off. And again, I've chosen the matching paper that I chose with that box lid and base. And they just sit inside each one of these. So I'm going to put all those bits together first, Joe, and then I'll talk about how we're going to create that lovely stacked box too. So I'll be popping that on. You can be reading some more comments.
Well, Pam's won the internet today. She says, Joe, did you realise back in the day, in the 1700s, people walked around with a nosegay?
I beg your pardon?
That's what it was called. And it basically was a thing that you held and smelt because the smell of the roads were so foul. And people believed that it was how the smells was how the plague was carried before they realised it was the rat. A nosegay. There you go. That's the term for the day. Sandra Sinasami says, you're all cracking me up so much. My hubby has come in to see what's going on and if I'm all right. Well, we do our best, don't we? Michelle says we're a riot today. Devona is letting us know that in Victorian times, a pomander was an orange or other citrus fruit studded with clove buds. They dried out over time and made your wardrobe smell nice.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
If this isn't informative broadcasting, then I don't know what is, Debbie. Peg says, I have a new topic. Oh gosh, here we go. Peg asked today, after 38 years of marriage, whose cooking was best, hers or his mum's?
Uh-oh.
What was I thinking?
Oh, my days. No.
No, you don't need to do that.
No, you don't do
need to
that.
Fabi, though, is getting it back on track for me. She says boxes you could put an aperture covered with a little bit of twill fabric and then put potpourri in these boxes. What a great idea.
Oh, what a fabulous idea. Thank you for bringing that back to craft again. That's absolutely fabulous. I love that idea as well.
Yeah.
What a great idea. Oh, if anything, you've learnt loads today and you've also took a little bit of inspiration away as well. And if you're lucky enough, you've grabbed yourself a bargain to boot.
Oh, so many
What more could
bargains.
you ask for on a lovely, I was going to say sunny Sunday, but up north it's far from sunny. I don't know about what it is where everybody else is, but it's very cold and wet and grey out here today.
Is. Do you know, I said to Debbie today, I don't think it's ever going to warm up in the UK. Maybe this is it forever, Debbie, because it's May and it is freezing. It's like February out there. It is so cold.
Right, Joe, I've got my wraparound decorated, I've got my ribbon, and the reason I chose that long ribbon is because it's going to help me tie it all together, but you could, if you did want, I've just wanted to have that little, like a belly, I keep calling it a belly band, but I don't think that's the right word, is it? A little wraparound ribbon threaded through to give it a more lovely appeal, but you could just simply pop a little bit of ribbon on this side, just under this one panel, and one under this panel if you didn't want to use as much ribbon. So that's another way that you could do it as well. So we've got as box top, and we've got as box base, we've got as wraparound. What we need now are our box to stack them up inside. So all I've done with this, Joe, now you've already seen me do the die cutting, so I'm not going to repeat that again, but I've chosen, and I did it 3 times, so I've got myself 3 tops and 3 bases. These are the bases that I've used because they fit just nicely inside my little wrap. So I've used the bases for each one, Joe. So all I'm going to do, and I've just simply cut that out 3 times. So I'm just creating the base part, not the lid this time. And these are what are going to sit inside the stacker box. That's what's
Brilliant.
going to stick.
So a lot of questions still got asking where about that paper's from. Susan and Gloria. The name just won't come to me, Debbie.
This one,
Yeah,
we need to find out because it's starting.
Abstract floral.
Oh, it could well be.
I think it is abstract floral.
Yeah.
We'll have a look.
What I want you to remember though is, obviously I've chosen this particular design, but you could use any papers that you have. What about in that beautiful watercoloured card? Oh, I mean, how beautiful would that look in that contemporary watercolour?
Lovely.
Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Just literally, what about your latest ones? What about the vintage? Oh my days. What about the vintage one? That would look gorgeous as well. Really, really beautiful. But you know, there's lots and lots of papers that we've had at Crafters that you could, that I know actually, because I know there's some of you, if Christine's watching, we know full well Christine's got probably a warehouse full in her craft room.
Full.
Yeah, she must have. She's got loads. But so you could use any papers is what I'm getting at, Joe.
Christine would have been able to let us know, but she has gone to work now. She did tune
Is
in
she
at the start
at
of the show. Yeah, she said, I was just watching whilst getting ready for work, so I'm guessing she's gone. Sandra says how funny we are today. Misty says, CCTV is the best way to spend a Sunday morning / afternoon. So much fun, laughter and crafty learnings too. Well, that is what we aim for here. Michelle Knits for You says, Joe, you really do love making the 2 Debbies giggle, don't you? I do. I really do. Fabi saying you guys are very entertaining to watch. It feels like I'm hanging around with friends. How lovely is that? It is called, the paper is called Decadent Decor. I was miles off with the abstract floral guess. Decadent Decor. There you are.
Decor.
I'm pretty sure it's in stock as well. And Aisha says it matches with the caramel and cream collection. It does indeed.
Yes, it does. Yes, I remembered the caramel and cream, although I call it chocolate and cream. But yeah, it matches that one. It's because we had quite a few, didn't we? We had that beautiful sunset one, the lilac one. Do you remember that, Joe, as well? But yes, absolutely beautiful. So I've made one of my bases, so that's one done. I'm just going to repeat that with all of them, Joe, so you can be reading some more comments.
Okie doke. Don't forget, loads shows still coming up today. Well, just today, we've got another show, like another chance, Second Chance Sunday. Myself and Debbie will be with you. Oh gosh, it's gone again. I'll leave it. We'll be with you, bringing you some of the highlights of the last couple of weeks, which will be awesome. 7 p.m. in the UK, 2 p.m. if you are on the East Coast, or 11 a.m. if you're across on the West Coast. We've got things like shaped word dies, we've got some pop-out scenes, oh, and some Totally Tiffany there. Album spine dies, there's loads. You can go and check that out and come join us for that a little later. Also, tomorrow I will be back with the Hottie Scotty himself. He's back in the building. Wake Up Call will be tomorrow at midday in the UK, 7 a.m. on the East Coast, 4 a.m. on the West Coast, which will be fantastic. There is also a launch day tomorrow with myself and Sarah, which will be fantastic. So join us for that, 3 p.m. in the UK, which is 10 a.m. on the East Coast, 7 a.m. on the West Coast. And I'll be finishing off my week with Craig with a wonderful Monday Makers. That'll be tomorrow night, 7 p.m. in the UK, 2 p.m. on the East Coast, 11 a.m. on the West Coast. What a fun-filled weekend.
It is.
Bank Holiday Monday we've got coming your way.
Isn't Craig's mum making an appearance as well at Wake Up Call?
Well, not on Monday.
Not on Monday. It's Astrid on Monday. Is it Astrid? Am I allowed to say that?
It is going to be Astrid.
Yes, it's Astrid. I was going to say it's Astrid on Monday, so just checking there. Just thought I got that a little bit wrong. Right, so we have got our Debbie, not that one. 3 bases ready to go inside our stacker. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do this, but this is how I'm going to show you how to do this one. So you can see the segments. You've got 6 segments altogether. 6 segments altogether. Do you know, you just look at something, I'm like, have I got that wrong? Have I got 5? So this is how they're going to stick in there. You're going to simply wrap around on 2 of the bases here, and that's going to stick that first base in there. So I'm going to start with this one. So it's on the very end of this. So, and I'm going to start with the lowest, down at the lowest, because what we're going to do is we're going to stack them up so that they all go upwards. And that's the dominant, and that's how you're going to do it. So 1 on 1, 1 on the other, and 1 on the other panel as well. I'm going to use red liner tape for this because I am using, let's pop some red liner tape. I am using, a box, and if you're going to pop anything in there, I mean, the Paul Puri idea, oh my days, that is a fabulous idea of popping Paul Puri in there. Bet, what would you be filling in a stacked box like this, Joe?
Oh, I don't know, Debbie.
I know, it's one of those, isn't it? What would you be doing? What would you be popping in there?
I know how you feel every time I ask you these pressing questions live now. I think all the little buttons that you cut out your clothes where you get the spare buttons and then you never keep them, Debbie, you end up throwing them away and then the button falls off and you haven't got the button.
Yeah.
You could pop all those spare buttons in there.
Yeah, that's a good one. Now, can you see, I like that one, change, yeah. That'd be something my son would be popping in, he's always fine. Have you got a tray, Mum? Have you got a tray to stick his spare change in? Now, because I've popped glue on this bottom one and this side panel, I'm just going to simply roll that over and I'm keeping it nice and flush. So if I just turn it, let's see if I can turn it that way to show you what I mean. Keep it nice and flush using the straight edge of your wrap to create this, and then just give it a little burnish and stick that down. And that is our first base in there. So you can see the base is in, and we've got that. Can we go to that side shot just for a second? There we go, absolutely perfect. So now I've got my first base in there, and then I'm going to repeat that, but I'm going to go in a little bit higher onto that second panel. But I am going to use a red liner tape again. So let me I'm going to have to put a piece of cardstock underneath it, Joe, because I'm getting a bit gluey and I need to clean my table up. So the next one, I'm going to do exactly the same. This time I'm going to stick it on these 2 panels. And again, it's a case of whereabouts are you going to, how much depth and dimension do you want in between there? So, but I'm just going to pop a couple of bits of red liner tape on first.
Brilliant. And
just round the 2 sides again, so not any more than just the 2. So let's pop it on that one.
Do people carry cash anymore? I've kind of given up on cash, you know, Debbie.
Yeah, no, for a strange thing.
But the problem is, where you go to like park your car and it's cash only, I mean, how'd you get, and if you go to the supermarket, we have to put the pound in to get the trolley. Well, I can't have a trolley. I have to take 2 baskets.
Or you simply ask the security guards and they usually have one of those little...
Do they?
Yeah, they have one of those little key things. Did you not know that, Joe?
No.
Yeah, your security guards who are outdoors, I mean, do you know what I mean? The ones that look after, they look after the stores. You just ask them and they give you a little key thing to pop
they
into
just
your
click it
trolley.
in?
Yeah, they just stick it in, yeah. Did you not know?
Didn't know that, no.
Yeah, don't struggle. I once struggled, never again.
Well,
Right.
I've stopped going to the supermarkets where you need the coins.
Oh, bless you. Now, can you see, I'm just going to show you where I've got the glue. So I've got my glue on this side and this side. So when I'm just planning how I'm going to pop this on, and I'm going to pop it across this second panel and third panel. So if you just bring that in for a second so you can see where I mean. I'll try and do it where you can see it. So again and again, you just literally, you could be measuring this, of course, but I'm just going to now roll that one and it just fits inside. Now, before you check that out, just make sure you've got that nice, clean, crisp burnish and you've not put it on so that it folds nice and neatly. But can you see now when that folds, I've got my second layer on.
Nice.
And it's folding. And then these last flap here, these last two flaps, we're going to pop it on there and we're going to stick it a little bit higher. I'm not going to go right to the very top. I'm just going to keep that a little bit further down. But again, I'm just repeating this.
Brilliant.
And let's just pop this in.
Roberta's asking, where do you get 2 1/8 from? I think
From my
it's an increment on
scoreboard.
your score master,
Yes, my
isn't
score
it?
master or your big score.
So is it
That-
the one little ridge after the two?
Yes,
Brilliant.
yes it is. Yes it is. And actually, where I took that measurement from was the base. So let me just go back to this. So the base here, and I'll just show you, is 2 1/8 inch. So that's where I took that measurement from. So yes, that just gives you an indication of how that went. So right, let's just put that back on. Yes, so you'll need your scoreboard for that, or you could just take a pencil and a ruler if you wanted to. Now I've got that panel on, I've got my glue on and it's ready to go in there. So bearing in mind I want this piece to be the first and then the last sticking on that panel. I'm going to have to turn it round, Joe, because I'm slightly struggling to see it upside
Okey-doke.
down. So I'm just going to turn it on this direction just for a second because I want to make sure I've got it nice and flush. And it's important that you get it in between these score lines because if you go out or you drop it down and it hangs over, your box ain't going to close. So I
Okey-doke.
just need you to be aware of that when you're popping this together. So I'm going to fold that on. I've got a nice bit of a gap. It looks about even. Let's just make sure I've got that inside. There
Lynn
we
suggested
go.
maybe we need to commission some Crafters Companion trolley tokens.
Ooh, what a
Great
great
idea.
idea. I love that idea. That's a fabulous idea. So again, I'm just going to go down on that last panel and I'm just making sure I've got it nice and straight. So I'm going to bring it up so I can see it again, Debbie's term, by eye. But now look, Joe, what we've got is, and I'll turn it this way so we can see it again, is you've got your stepper box stacker that folds all up nice and neatly.
It's a
So I
stepper
hope-
stacker.
A stepper, I can't even say it. A stepper stacker.
Stepper stacker, yeah.
Yeah, all tucked into there. I'm going to I'm going to just tie this up. I'm going to bring those right in together. I'm going to literally tie it with my ribbon. And then I'm going to pop a nice bit of a little bow in there. And again, all I'm then going to do is bring back in my box base. And we're going to sit that into the base. So let's just pop that on. Let me just make sure I've got that nice and fitted. And make sure I've got me
Excellent.
all tight together. Have I got the wrong bit? Hang on a minute, I might have got my wrong bit, Joe. Just give me a second while I get my right bits together.
You get your bits sorted over there. You get your bits together. Sarah says, this is incredible. I love this. Gilmore saying as well, super cute box. Karen saying, I think be a great box for giving jewellery as a gift. One level for a bracelet, the other for earrings, etc. I think that's gorgeous. The demo, that demo was would be a great craft along, Debbie, says Should I think I
That's a
agree.
cracking idea, yeah, absolutely. But there you go. So that is the box together. So all I've done is simply put my lid and my base on, and there you go, where it's just that beautiful base. And when we open it up again and we take out the ribbon, you've got that lovely stepper element, and that is really, it's a lovely gift idea, something a little bit different. However, what you can do, instead of doing the stepper box, where I had that wrap, you could have just simply attached the wrap and if I just explain for a second, because I haven't got another wrap to what I mean, is, you know, we've got the box lid and the base. You could take your base, you could attach round the very bottom, and I'll do this way, round the very bottom of your wrap, you could attach your tape or glue and stick it to the bottom of your base, and then just use your lid. So no stackers inside, but you could do that where you sit, and that is how you extend your boxes. And if every time, no matter what shape box you've got, when you want to extend it, you take the measurement from the base, not from the lid, from the base, and that gives you that extendable pattern, like you've just seen me do with a wrap with an A3 piece of cardstock. But like I said, you could do this A4 cardstock. You just need to take your measurements into consideration when you want to put the two panels together, otherwise you'll get a gap. So just give yourself a little ½ inch maybe to tuck that behind there. That is how you put that together, and you would attach it to your base of the box. However, that one, slightly different, but I hope you agree, something just a little bit different and another way that you can use them. And when you think about this, Joe, the boxes are just intended to be like this. Yeah. But just simply, I mean, you could be popping anything on there, but you've got the ability to extend, to take up. I could have even gone even taller. You could take it and go even higher with this. You could have it as a lovely gift box for a bottle of perfume or something, a nice favourite tipple. But again, it's really easy. So always remember, when you want to extend, you take your measurements from your base of your box. But I do love this stacker box. Love the idea of having something that little bit different. So there you go, Joe. How easy was that? It's a lot easier than what you thought, wasn't it? Go on, admit.
Very, very simple. A really awesome demonstration. A lot of people loving that. I want to just quickly go back through what you're getting in that beginner's collection. So you're going to get the dies which enable you to create the two different sizes on the hexagon boxes. What you can extend them, of course, as Debbie has just shown you. So they're the two different size boxes you can create with that. You are also going to get the edgeable in here too, which is that diamond lattice. As well as everything else you really need to get going with this, you've got the hint of silver Snow White cardstock, you've got the lilac cardstock in there too, and then you're going to get the Gemini double-sided junior plates and also the tape pen in there as well, which is fantastic. Now, ribbon was something we mentioned quite a lot in that last show. We've got a lovely little collection for you on the ribbons. So these are brilliant. You get 4 different types in each. It's organza ribbon that you've got in here, which is brilliant. And you've got the lovely lilacs. You've also got this one here, which is your navy and blush. You've got your orange sunset. And you've got your caramel and cream, which is actually colour matched beautifully to that paper pad that Debbie was using. $9.98 or $13.90. It's a half price deal for you. That Decadent Decor paper pad is in stock, by the way, if you wanted to grab a hold of that. Debbie also used the red liner in her demonstration there as well. You've got 2 of the 12mm here in this one. So set of 2 there, perfect for those kind of construction jobs, $6.38 or $12.72. Debbie, did you want to get ready for the card of the show vote?
Oh, yes,
we'll do that in just a sec, if that's all right.
Yes, that's fine, yeah. I'm just doing a bit of titivation with a ribbon.
You titivate, don't you worry about that, and then we'll do that card of the show in just a second. You might want to go for some craft card. We've got that on the show for you today, which is brilliant. The craft card, $9.99 or $14.99, 4 for $30 or $42. Now the matte black is on exactly the same deal for you, but you can mix and match across those 2 if you want to. So yeah, you go for a couple of the black, a couple of the craft, and you'll get it for that awesome price, which is fantastic. So do snap that up whilst we have it. Right, we are going back to the windows is where we're going to end the show, I believe. So I'm just going to recap that offer. Very busy on this. I know you saw it earlier. You absolutely loved it. What you've got in here are essentially, really, when you think about it, 6 creator card dies, because they are a creator card die size, and the great thing about them is, oh no, that was stuck down, they are double-sided, which is brilliant. So I've got the wrong ones. Let me show you the next one, sorry. Here we are. This one was the one I wanted to show you. So it's the water lily window, the tulip window, which is this one here, and the peony window, which is that one just there, which is our Sarah's favourite flower, the peony. There you go, top factoid for you, £27 or $31. Before we get into a demo on that though, Debbie, I guess we better do the vote, hadn't we?
Okay, so we'll do what we've done up to now. So we started back at the beginning with the hexagon box as an hexagon box. So that is number 1.
Brilliant.
So there's your box there we did at the very beginning. Let me get that the right way around. Number 2 was that gorgeous diamond lattice double-sided edgeable card. So that was number 2. Number 3 was the beautiful window die. Let me just move that to one side. The gorgeous window die, that's number 3.
Nice,
So
I
again,
like that one.
really beautiful. And then lastly, now I've done my titivation with my ribbon, and I also did was put my little tails on there. Literally, you just open this up, take off your box lid, take off your box base, and you have your beautiful stacker box there using that gorgeous hexagon die. Something slightly different, and again, you can see when you open that all up, there you go, you've got that beautiful element. And again, something that little bit different, but showing you the versatility of the hexagon die in one of the ways that you can use it. So that's number 4. So it's 1, get them right, 2, 3, or 4.
4. I don't think it's going to be a hard vote. You've got 5 minutes. I think the win is clear, but who knows? Stranger things have happened in the last
Indeed,
week or so.
as we've seen from last week.
Very strange things happened. Definitely go back to Crafters TV or over to my Facebook page and have a look at Debbie Fisher's very interesting demonstration of the wax seal, which, yeah, it's worth a chuckle. Let's just put it that way. Loads of you still talking, chatting away in the comments. Katie loves that last demo. Gilmore thinks you could put lots of mini chocolates on the different shelves in there. Yes, please. And Michelle saying this multi-layer box should definitely be the make of the show. Well, you want your vote counted? You need to just pop your vote over Crafters TV or, of course, Crafters Companion. Now, we've got about 10 minutes or so left, Debbie. Do you think we can squeeze one more demonstration in?
Let's get one more in there.
Brilliant.
And we're going to go back to those gorgeous window dies. I adore these. Simply because of the versatility. That one die that has 2 different designs on there that work independently on their own, but bring them together to create something really stunning. So again, I'm using the water lily one for this one, Joe. Absolutely beautiful design. You can see one design of the die, but when you turn it over, you can see the more intricacy part there. So it's a question of, and I'm just keeping it really simple for this last one, black and white cardstock. So it's a case of which way around are you going to do this. So I'm going to pop the what I call the non-decorative side, as in the more solid side, face down onto the black cardstock.
So is the solid side, is that like the matte side, as in if you thought about it as a matte layer, or is it the other side?
So if you was thinking about, it's just again your choice of card. So it creates a more solid design.
Okay.
So again, it's entirely up to you. I've got my bigger plates here. So what I'm going to do is show you a combination again. It is your clear cutting plate, your double-sided cutting plate. Pop that on. If you want to hold it down into place, get yourself some low-tack tape, just hold it down, and then the white cardstock on the more decorative panel. But again, deciding on what colour it is, Joe, I think is the hardest part. What colours are you going to use? But simple combination, double-sided cutting plate, ordinary cutting plate, run that through your Gemini, let the Gemini do all the hard work. The only difference there is that in these more delicate, more dies, the ones that give a more decorative element, it may be that you need to use your metal shim. But I'm just going to bring that back for a second while I get my card base all ready.
Awesome.
So yes, we've had. I think we've covered nearly everything today.
We've had great deals as well, Debbie.
Dies. The deals are out of this world. Talk about knocking it out of the park, as our Sarah would say. These simply are phenomenal deals that I think we've ever done on our double-sided range, which I just think's again really lovely. But again, just give it a little knockout with your fingers, all the bits that you don't want. Let's see if I can. Do you know what? I've lost my dye brush. That's what the problem is, Joe. I've lost my dye.
But you already confessed when you got your dye brush you don't use it anyway.
Well, so... I know. I feel, yeah, I do. So let me grab my pokey tool. Let's give this a little poke out.
That's what friends are for, to call each other out, Debbie.
Yeah, I'll let you off. I'll let you off, Joe. Yeah, but that's very true. But I do like to carry it around in case I need to demonstrate it. Yeah, I seem to have misplaced it. I actually think I know where it is.
Where do you think it is?
I think it's in my other tote bag. I've got more than one tote.
There's another tote bag. Have you seen what's in that tote bag?
Barely
and
did.
you mean to tell me there is another tote bag?
There's another 2.
There's another 2
Yeah,
tote
there's
bags?
another 2.
Oh.
Not the bigger one, the smaller ones though, Joe. Let me just note it, but they are jam-packed.
Are they well stocked?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, you've got to have, you need all your bits. As long as you know where everything is in there, Debbie, then that is the main thing, isn't it?
It is indeed,
That's all
yes.
that matters.
Yeah. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to just bring it, because I'll be here poking for it. And what are we doing for time? Are we doing all right for time?
We've got 8 minutes
Oh,
left.
I'll carry on poking. I'll carry on.
Keep poking, don't you worry about that.
Yeah.
Shelley86 says, all have been such beautiful projects today. I
Thank
have
you.
to agree with Shelley. There has been beautiful projects today. It's been absolutely jam-packed full of them. Lots of, you want to give us like a tease about the later show, Debbie, what you might have planned for that?
I can't remember what's on show. Have we got, did I hear that we got Vintage Diary on again?
Nice.
We've got the shaped words. I'm going to show you how easy they are to work with. What else did you say, sorry? Birthday month stamps, yes.
Oh,
What
nice.
else have we got? Oh, I'm so excited
what?
about the
What's
creator
this?
card. The creator card ones, the ones that I bought. Do you remember I said to you that,
yes.
I weren't waiting for them beauties. So I've actually got a show with them, so I can't wait with that one. So that one's going to be exciting.
That's all going to be coming out for you 7 p.m. today here in the UK.
Yeah,
2
the
p.m. on the East
pop-outs,
Coast,
the
11 a.m. on the
pop-out
West
ones
Coast.
as well. Remember we did the craft along yesterday with the pop-out. I'm going to use them in a different way today, so I'm not going to use them as the pop-out feature. I'm going to show you the versatility factor with those, because I'm
Awesome.
going to use it as a shaker card.
Shaker card,
Shaker
shaker
card, yes.
card.
So I love a good shaker card, Joe. But again, we've got loads of things on it. It's actually what I wanted to show in the show yesterday at the craft along. However, it took us the full 2 hours to get through the craft along, so I just simply ran out of time. So I am going to use that one that I had planned for that show.
Brilliant.
As well. Now, literally, when you've got all your pieces poked out, you can see that what I call the more solid feature, but again, on its own would look absolutely incredible. You've got this piece, and I'll just bring in the white piece so you can see there, the black piece. Really
Nice.
beautiful and decorative. Bring them both together, and again, I'll just use my dotty tape pen for this. So let's pop us dotty tape pen all the way around. I'm going around the frame first. So again, all the way around. And then what we'll do is we will pop these 2 pieces together where you see the full effect, where it literally pops to life the minute you pop both features together. And it just, I mean, look at that straight away. Look how effective it looks in black and white on top of each other. But of course, add yourself a bit of coloured paper, and then you've got that lovely pop-out element. And I'm using this as a border this time, Joe. So on the first one that I did, I used the one as a window die. But again, literally, you can use these anyway. You could
Awesome.
use them separately if
and
you
they
wanted
give
to as
you
well.
a lot of crafting opportunity.
You
Someone
got
TM
that in there. I've just seen I need a little bit to poke out. I've seen a piece in there that doesn't belong there. Get out. And then I'm going to just frame that. Let me just pop that back on there because I want to make it nice and straight. There we go.
I love
Come
that
on.
you just sort of manhandle it if you
Oh,
if
of
it doesn't
course.
go in the right place.
Yeah, it's because I don't actually press it down until I've committed to popping it on. But I'm
Right.
just mind, I'm going to be covering that up, so I don't know what I'm worrying about. So I'm just going to pop that onto a black card, and again, using the striking colours just makes it literally pop off the page. Where have I put my glue, Joe? What have I done with my glue? Oh, it's here. It's there. I've been so clean and tidy all the way through.
You haven't lost anything today.
I know. I'm like a change girl today. It's that good night's kip I had. I had a really good night's kip. That's the difference.
Kip meaning
Oh,
sleep.
sorry, producer Erin. Kip means sleep.
I didn't. Oh gosh, noisy neighbours or what? All the dramas going on last night. Debbie, wish I'd have woken her up. She said, I
Yes.
wish you'd have knocked me up and, I'd have come and had a look at the unfolding drama in the street outside.
Yes, I wish you had have done, Joe. I love a
Next
bit of
time-
drama.
Next time I'll knock you up, Debbie, and you can come and have a look at the unfolding drama. It's a weekly occurrence.
And then lastly, I'm just going to top this off with a little...
Here in the UK, the term knock me up would be... means nothing other than knocking on someone's door and saying, oh, quick, get up and come and have a look at this.
Now, you'll be looking
Doesn't
to knock
mean
me up at
anything.
my age, Joe, let me just tell you. I sleep soundly. You've gone right. Oh, I should think. Tell you, this idea sounds good in the head. It just comes out all wrong. I mean, you'd be lucky to knock me up at my age because I'm just a sound sleeper.
We know.
That's what I meant. Oh dear.
We know what you mean. Anyway, should we? That looks beautiful, Debbie. What a lovely creation
I've lost
there.
my sentiment in all that confusion. Wait a minute. Let me just add my sentiment onto the bottom. Oh dear. Oh God. Oh, honestly.
You don't know. I mean, we thought we were safe and dry. 5 minutes left on the show, and then no, out of nowhere, the moment you take your eye off the ball, boom, something happens, doesn't it?
I'm glad we've got a couple of hours, Joe. Let me just tell you now, just to compose myself.
Absolutely, we need it. The card of the show is number 4, Debbie. That awesome unfurling box.
My box. Thank you very much. There we go. Our lovely hexagon box, our stacked box. Let's just take that off again so you can get to see there. And again, if you want to recreate this, you can recreate it because I've given you all the measurements that you need on there. But again, just showing you the versatility of how you can use these. So thank you very much for that. Whew. Right. Oh, I need a minute, Joe. I need a minute.
I'll go back through that beginner's collection. It's nearly over, Debbie. Don't worry. You've only got 2 minutes. I'm going to take you back through that beginner's collection that we have got on the show, which is going to give you the 2 shape dies, which is awesome. So it's going to give you it's going to give you the box die, which is going to give you the hexagon shape in the 2 different, I'm all of a tither now, in the 2 different sizes, and you can extend these if you want to, which is brilliant. You're also going to get an edgeable die in here too, which is this one, the diamond lattice, which I think is absolutely awesome. And then what we've got is the lilac and also the snow white hint of silver cardstock in here, which is fantastic. Debbie has gone. You've also going to get the Gemini Junior double-sided plates in here, as well as the tape pen too. Rosalind says, Joe, you're the commonality on all of these giggle segments. Are you saying it's my fault? Okay, I just want to quickly remind you of as well the double-sided plate bundle that we've got here for you. What you're going to get is both the A4 and the A5, so the Gemini and the Gemini Junior sizes. Great if you're using the bigger Gemini because you can put the smaller ones through on their side and then use the larger ones for the bigger concepts that you've got. If you just want the juniors on their own, absolutely you can grab those, 1039 or 1356. And you've also got the larger ones there for you as well, 1599 or 1969. Don't forget, myself and Debbie will be back, no doubt, with more laughs and inspiration, Debbie, as well. I'm looking forward to Second Chance Sunday, aren't you?
I am indeed, yes I am. I can't wait. So yes, I'm really looking forward to our Second Chance Sunday, where you're going to be able to grab hold of some of our favourite collections that we've had out in recent times. So come and join us for that show, because I can't wait, Joe. Can't
Brilliant.
wait.
Who knows where the conversation will take us, Debbie. If Susie T says another great fun show, please don't forget to check out your baskets. If you don't join us for Second Chance Sunday in 2 hours' time, I'll see you back here tomorrow for the wake-up call. That'll be midday in the UK, 7 a.m. on the East Coast, 4 a.m. on the West Coast. That promises to be a super fun show too. I'll see you in a couple of hours. Bye.